On the other side of the screen, we have our available groups. This represents a listing of all available global groups that may be assigned to the selected user. Each global group can have separate permissions for any client file that is attached to. You can move users from one global group to another by dragging the user to the applicable group. Plus, if we click at the plus button to view all users to assign groups. So right now they were all expanded so we could see all the users assigned. So if I click the plus sign, we see the users. If I click the minus sign, it does collapse that particular group. I like to have mine expanded so I can see who's doing what in our files. Also, once again, using the bottom buttons, we have the ability to add groups. If I click on add, it starts up with the group setup. I'll come back to that. We also have the drop-down arrow that will say new and from a client file to pull in user groups from an existing client file that has local security set up in it. If I select a group, I also have the ability to delete groups. And if I want to look at the properties for a specific group, I can select the group, for example, group GG1, which just represents, in my case, global group 1. And we can look at the properties. This opens the group profile and provides access to the group information, rights, case view, and the members that are of the users that are members of this group. So looking at the group, when we create a new group, we do provide a group name, and that should be unique under the available groups listing. And we can provide a group description so we know what type of users should be assigned to this particular group. Standard and planning rate fields are available. They're not really used a whole lot for anything at this point, but if you wanted to fill them in, you could link to that information and utilize them elsewhere within CaseWare. We also have the ability for each group profile to assign global groups to all client files. This would then push this group and its users that were assigned at the global level into a client file that has security turned on. If there's a local group within the same client file, we could overwrite that local group if they have the same name so that we don't end up with duplicate names coming in.